good, guys. It's been a few days since we've put anything out. I've just been extremely busy. Yesterday was kind of chaos, my day wasn't very organized. I had plans, but they kind of fell through. I had a truck that was pulling a walking floor trailer. It's one of my customers from down south. And when their trucks break down up here, I usually try to take care of them. And it's the truck thing is difficult sometimes, because especially if I was a truck shop and that's probably all I was really focused on, it probably wouldn't be that bad. But when I work on a lot of this ag equipment in the field, and it's that time of the year where it's, you know, it's everybody's going, so it's really tough to break away sometimes to go take care of some truck that's broke down. You know, he was down in Grass Lake, which is about, I don't know, 25 miles south of here. So anyway, he had it was a what do they call that, a 579 Peterbilt, and the brake caliper, it had disc brakes on it, and the steer axle on the driver's side had gotten so hot that it melted the little chrome plastic looking lug nut covers that go over the hub piloted studs. It got so hot that it melted those off of there. And anyways, I finally got a caliper, a rotor. I even got bearings and races, which I didn't use. I got a caliper, rotor, seal. And he went down there and we got that caliper off there, and we got the rotor. Man, I had that rotor on a block of wood, right? He was in the rest area, and I took up the whole lane next to him, and I had the whole next parking lot next to him there in the rest area, and we had that. Hang on, my coffee cup's gonna bounce out of the cup holder here. I left my regular coffee cup in my pickup, because I took this home last night in my truck instead of my pickup. Anyway, God, that rotor was stuck on that hub, man. I had that big plastic hammer, and I had it on a block of wood, and it wasn't moving. And then finally I just said, well, we're changing the rotor anyway. So I took the 12-pound sledgehammer and had the driver put his foot on one side of the rotor to keep it from rocking over when I hit it. And we finally just kept working it around, beating on it with the sledgehammer, and finally got the rotor off the hub. So anyway, been servicing hay equipment, trying to get that done, and various other projects, just running ragged like usual. You know, I keep getting a lot of guys wanting to come help me, and it's nothing personal. You guys got to understand something, that I've been doing this by myself, my own way, for so long that it's really hard for me to work around other people, because every experience that I've had is it's been negative. It really has, with people. And I really don't want any help, to be completely honest with you. I'd rather just keep doing what I can do by myself. And you know, I just don't want to argue with my experience has been with people, especially if you get a guy with a little bit of experience or a lot of experience. He's going to sit there and argue with you about how we should do it, and you spend more time arguing about how to do it amongst the two of you than you could have just done it the wrong way 3 times and it still got it done. You know, I don't want to put up with that shit. You know, I'm just going to keep doing what I can do by myself, as much as I can do. I'm going to work about 10 or 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and that's all I'm going to do. And another thing that I'm going to expound upon, all these people saying you're going to wear yourself out and you're going to be crippled up, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe in that. I grew up around a lot of old timers that worked just as hard as I did, and they lived to be into their 80s and 90s. And the guys that I saw that were lazy, that they quit working when they were 60 years old and they sat around the house and got fat and lazy, those are the ones that had health problems and wound up dying. So, no, I think that I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep working hard. I guess if I die, I die. It ain't no whatever, you know. It is what it is. But, you know, I got to pay my bills and take care of my family. I can't just lay down and die because, you know, I'm going to be worried that I'm not going to be able to work later on. I got to keep doing what I can do right now because the bills are due. So, anyways, I think I broke another exhaust manifold bolt on this thing because it's kind of squealing. I need something else to work on. But I'm going into this ranch right over here. I got the 9880 bale wagon finished up yesterday and got it greased up and serviced up. Now I've got the filters for the 103 stack cruiser. That's the new wagon. They didn't have any filters for in their shop. This outfit here is usually pretty good. They got quite a bit of an inventory for filters and everything for their equipment, but they didn't have anything for the new wagon. So anyway, that's what we're doing. We're heading over here to service this thing, and then I got a couple other things at this other ranch down here. Got a latch assembly for the R450 for the cab, for the door, and I got to do that park brake canister, and then I think those guys are be pretty well ready to go to start cutting. So anyways, I'll see you when we get over here to this wagon. Well, this thing has got the battery. It's weak. We're gonna jump it off. Let's see if the little NOCO booster will get it going, maybe. Nope, maybe not, huh? Yeah, shoot, I might have to pull my truck over there. I'll let that NOCO sit on there for just a little bit. Alright, got the NOCO booster directly on the starter. And bumper cables on it. Need to get it warmed up so I can dump the oil. And we'll put the battery charger on it, which I should have done yesterday, but I was in a hurry as usual. Wow, this thing is really, really dead. Let me put the NOCO booster on the battery too. Need to get the bigger. I bought a jump starter from Kenworth. It's called the Goodall. That thing was the biggest pile of junk. $700 for that thing, and it didn't last a week. They're supposed to be getting me another one, but try that. Try that. There we go. We're running now. Oil pressure's 85 psi, 86. Give her some throttle, let her warm up. It's a hand throttle. Got a little indicator that tells you that it's not going to give it full throttle because of the coolant temp. Alright. Let her warm up. While it's warming up, we'll grease it. bushings. About. Grease. This right over here. Okay, so I can't remember what size Allen plug is on these Ibecos or Ivecos or whatever the hell you say. I think it's that bigger one. Yeah, it is. And we got her nice and hot. I'm gonna dump the oil on her. We'll take a real good look at our springs and everything. Make sure we don't have any leaves broken or anything, because that is a really common issue on these. Especially when you get operators like this guy. This guy drives this thing like he stole it. I don't understand that, because these guys are getting paid by the hour. They're not getting paid by the bell. So what in the hell is your hurry? You know? Then they complain that they don't make any money. Well, well, why didn't you take care of the equipment and take a little more time and do the job right? But you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them anything. You know, when I was a young man, we used to get paid by the bell. And yeah, we were in a hurry because the more bells we picked up, the more money we made. But you can still take care of the equipment and get paid by the bell too. You don't have to tear the shit out of it. There's a fine line between going too fast and being counterproductive because your equipment's always broke down because you were going too fast, and, you know, getting a good, nice, steady pace and taking care of the equipment and getting more loads hauled and bells hauled. Anyway, I think there's one thing I got left to grease. I need to grease these two coming off that run the pump, and then the drive line in the back. I'll have to move the wagon to grease that one. Let me get another drain pan, put underneath this hydraulic filter. Well, that's an 844-75541. That's an 86632018. I think he told me it subbed, but let's see here. These are all 844s. I've got 2 sets of filters, so we'd have a spare set of filters here at the shop for those things. That's what they're all. I'm pretty certain that even clear back to the 1095s, they took the same hydraulic filter. So I don't know what that's all about. Yeah. Double jointed. Let me climb over this thing so whoa. Whoa. Wow. Can't believe the amount of oil coming out of that. Gosh damn it, I'm trapped in here and I can't get out now. Son of a gun. Why is there so much oil on this one coming out? Wow, it's impressive. Holy cow. A lot of oil in this one. Ah! Apparently it's going to siphon the entire hydraulic tank out right on the ground. Finally. Reach around all the plumbing here to get the filter on there. Son of a gun, what a pain in the ass. You did not make that very user friendly, that's for damn certain. They did not make this very user friendly at all. And then the seal doesn't want to stay in. By the time you finally get climbed over all the shit to put the filter on. I might have to grease this thing in there. Wow, what a disaster that thing is. Alright, so we got this thing all serviced up. Cabin filters are changed, hydraulic filters, fuel filters, engine oil filter. I've got the drive line from the pump greased off the crankshaft and the drive line to the rear end greased. I think we'll start it up. I already started it and primed it once, so there it goes. Okay, so turn that off. Load rack. Okay, go auto, that should let the table down. Why is it not doing it? Oh, I got the prop up. No, ding dong. Go take the damn prop down. Put the park brake back on. Dumbass. Okay, so now we want to go okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I got an auto. Damn it. Okay. Oh, gotta turn the park brake off. That's what I liked about the 9880s is they didn't have that bullshit. You know something? What's going on here with the bezel on the steering column? What is that all about? The hell they got going on there? I don't see any screws or anything that holds it together. Into place somehow. That's all it does. They just driving around with the son of a bitch slopping around everywhere. It's just whatever. Okay. Shit would drive me crazy, man. Doesn't seem to bother them though. This thing just run for a little while and come up to operating temp. Just let the battery charge up on it even a little more, and we'll come back in a day or two before they start haying and see if it's going to start again. We might have to put a battery in it. These new bale wagons have got a battery disconnect switch, but they didn't turn it off last winter, so that is the reason why it is screwed up. The 9880 axle has park on the transmission, whereas this one doesn't. This one's a DPF'd engine, so it's a good idea. Just run that up. Just let her run a while. I gotta put this $500 book back in the slother over there. Let's see if this 1095 will start. I've got this one done and that one done. I'm seeing something. What do we got leaking here? Would appear maybe one of these lines might be leaking a little bit or something? I don't know. Check that out. And let's see, this old 1095. We always parked our wagons and left our load racks up. That way we could, in the winter, when they sat, if the batteries were dead, we could get to the batteries. These guys don't seem to think that kind of shit through, though. Where is the dipstick? I can't remember what side oh, it's on the other side. It's over here. You can still get to the battery fairly decent on these. Got oil in it. Okay. This one's the one they use to pick up the small bales. But she might be dead. Old girl just fired right up. Mechanical engine. They don't have all that parasitic draw from all the damn control modules on them sitting there all. See, I had it out of this. I had it out of this one over here. I gotta grease these swathers too. I just want to make sure I can do everything I can. I need to get a hold of deer over there. And I want to replace this piece right here that's broken. See where it's broke all the way across? So I need to get a hold of them and get this piece for both of them. And one of them, the rubber flap in the front, is all torn the hell off of it. This one, I need to get that. Alright, I gotta answer this. Okay. So, load rack. That's the load rack, that's the bell rotor. Okay. That should run the bell loader chain. Machines here, man. Used to run the shit out of these things. Got a feeling we better be checking air cleaner on this thing because it smokes like a banshee. I gotta go make sure the push-off feet are in. Looks like it's low on hydraulic fluid listening to it. Bell loader down. Second table can go up. Auto manual. Yeah, acts like it's low on hydraulic fluid or something. Yeah, this one's got a lot more grease zerks because you're running the first table here. The small bells come up and come across this chain across the first table on these. She sure acts like she's low on hydraulic fluid. Nope. What I find is these clamps, the hoses get hard and brittle, and they suck air. Probably tighten them up or double clamp them to get them to, yeah. Okay. Doesn't look that bad. There's the inner. I'll have to go look around there and see if I can. 2674. Well, anyways, guys, I'm gonna service this one all up. What the hell's leaking here? What is that? Why is there hydraulic fluid right there? Why would there be hydraulic fluid right there? You know what? That's transmission fluid, isn't it? Did they add transmission fluid or something to it? And they spilt it there, and that's where it's been sitting? Yeah, that's transmission fluid. Okay. Interesting. He's got an electric lift pump. I like these better. Well, guys, I'm gonna go out to the New Holland tractor and pull the fan clutch out of it now. I'll come back to this later. Okay, well, this T8.300, I could not get the fan to lock up yesterday on it. See, it's locked up right now. Kinda. Let's see what it does when we start it up. But I mean, I had her nice and hot and she would not. She was just sitting there free spinning. Did I turn the battery disconnect off? I don't know. I left it on, obviously. Yeah, that thing ain't doing nothing. See it free spinning the way it is there. I mean, usually when they're cold like that, they're locked up till the oil gets moved around. Has been my experience. It's pop these out of here. Kind of wanted to see if I could see any evidence. Usually you'll see a little oil that's leaked out of the clutch. Yeah, look how, I mean, there's hardly anything to it. Somebody's had it unplugged before because the clips broke on the wires there. What is the easiest way to get this off of there? Trying to think this through here. Fan bolts on there. I'm thinking I can probably just pull it off right here. Pull the whole thing out of there, I think. Alright, so I'm pulling this fan clutch out of here. I got all the fan bolts loose. What you do, slide it off, then you unbolt it here, and then work the fan and everything out as a unit. Looking at the book. I went through the diagnostics on it. Made sure that when it was warmed up yesterday that the ECM was commanding it on and full duty cycle and all that good shit, and it was. But there was no other fan faults, you know, as far as like the speed sensor or any of that in there. Yeah. Okay, where's the wrench extender? Just turning the engine over. Loose. Okay, well, that was, I gotta move my ass here. Damn it, what was I doing? Where am I going here? What do we got going? I gotta, oh, that little Freightliner FL70 sitting at my shop. I'm gonna come get it, and I got the key out of it, so I need to get my ass over there and put the key back in it so they can grab it. That truck driver yesterday, I was using one of these on that Peterbilt, and he goes, "Where in the hell did you get those at?" I said, "You wouldn't believe me." And he goes, "What?" And I said, "Somebody sent them to me for nothing." He says, "Well, tell that guy to send me some too." He says, "Those look handier than hell." I said, "They are. I never knew they existed till Rudy sent me these, one of my viewers." I got to get a hold of New Holland. That thing was in Reno. Usually Reno is here by, Reno freight is usually here by 10:30, 11 o'clock. Okay. Oh, it sure is clouding up. Looks like it's gonna rain on us again. Can I get lucky and break this one loose, or sometimes you can just, nope, ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna do it, so this one's gonna be a little bit tricky because that other one pulled the stud out, so I'm gonna have to go like that. Yeah. I gotta get this wrench extender on there. That's the only bad thing. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky getting them on there, but I'm about half dyslexic half the time and get them on there backwards. Okay. They sure help you from busting your knuckles and shit, you know. Pulling on a end wrench that really ain't long enough and have enough leverage to get something loose, and finally the son of a bitch comes loose, and there goes all the skin on your knuckles, or there goes your elbow slamming into something solid, you know. This one's pulling the whole stud out. It's 3 of the studs come clear out of it. Okay, hopefully you don't really need any holes in the radiator or anything like that. Well, air conditioning lines and all kinds of shit in the way here. Oh, now my back's cramping up. I gotta put my laptop up, it's raining. Well, we got us a new fan clutch. Okay. Get it. Through this side. I wonder if I can get a couple bolts started in like that. Which would be nice. You get in there now like I said. Let's see. Those bolts there are not, they don't go to that. I'm trying to remember what I did with the bolts for that. What did I do with those? They are all right here, okay. I like the way you talk. Here. I was thinking maybe it'd just be easier to line it up right here, but every time I try to take the easy way out, it usually doesn't work. Watch the radiator. Keeps cramping up on me. Man, I've been eating good and everything. I don't know what the hell's going on, man. Let's see if this pile of shit will start. What did I do? Turn the disconnect off? I must have. Oops. Okay. That other one never would do that. Air conditioner on. Already doing a lot more than that other one was. Now let's go take it for a spin. I'm gonna pull this over here for right now. Oh yeah, she's moving some air now. Most of the time, if you get a intake air temperature sensor, intake air temperature code, you know, is that basically getting hot? Damn it, dog, don't go right out in front of me. Hang on. As soon as I get ready to go, she goes out in front of me. Okay, put the dog in the cab of the truck. This thing needs to be serviced too. Well, all right, let's take a couple rounds, get warmed up. But this thing, another thing that they need to do with this tractor is they need to let some of the air out of these tires. It'll start hopping really bad, and that's an indication of you let some of the air out of these tires. We learned that a long time ago. Get down to around 5 or 10 psi, and these things will pull like a train. When they start hopping like that real bad, especially with this little disc, this is a 300 horse tractor. You know, that little disc and that piece of pipe they're dragging, that should not make this tractor hop like that. You know, dulled up 300 horse tractor with that little disc should not be doing that. Our coolant temperature is only 122, so got the remote hooked up backwards, really. Yeah, once I got up to about 190 on the coolant temp, it just kept going up. You never could hear the fan ramp up in speed. And then it would throw the intake air temperature hot code, and then it would throw the coolant temp hot code. Let's grab another gear, make it work. Make the sucker work, you know. must be working, because it's not about right here yesterday when same conditions. The engine was cold, fired it up. I got to about right here, halfway to the next round, and it was already throwing the you know, getting too hot. We'll see what it does here. We'll make a couple rounds. Yeah, it's like the coolant temperature's not even wanting to get up there where it will. Oh hell. I would probably say we got her fixed. It went up to 165, then it dropped back down to 163. Now it's dropping down to 161. And I can hear the fan, you know, moving air where I couldn't ever hear it before. And I'm going a gear faster than I was yesterday. Now we're up to 167 on the coolant temp. I thought these had a 180, but you know, a lot of these emissions engines, they've usually got like a 190 or 195 thermostat in them. You know, I tried to explain that to some of these guys, that these guys that want to drill holes in their thermostat and run them cooler, well, you know, then they start having regen problems. Well, all that shit is running that hot for a reason. It's to make all that shit burn. Yeah, we got her whipped, man, and I'll make one more round just to make sure, but she's definitely moving some air now, and she's not getting hot. Well, they should have come and got that Challenger. I should be pretty well, make sure I don't decide to take out the side of my truck. Oh, I got off the seat for a second there when I turned around, and it went to beep at me. I can hear that fan just moving a steady flow of air. Yesterday when I had it even up to, I got up to like 195 on the intake air temperature. It was 195, which that's pretty hot for intake air temperature. And you could never hear that fan. It wouldn't do anything. Get out there and it was spinning, but it wasn't, you know, it was just kind of idling, you know, it really wasn't doing anything. Yeah, I'll have to go back over there and put the guard on it. I have to say, you know, I know you guys that are real John Deere fans, I have to say, I probably think that these tractors here are probably a better tractor. I hate to say it. But we pretty well got her whipped, so I'm gonna have to put this guard on there, and then I think we'll be good to go, guys.